Come on. Come on. That's like a cat.
Good morning, loves. Happy Monday. I'm actually really excited that it's Monday today. I had quite a chill weekend, which was much needed. I felt like I had quite a long week. I also started my period at the weekend, but yeah, last week ended up being a bit of a stressful one. I had to take Sky to the vets, which hardly ever happens. She's such a robust girly, but she has an ongoing issue the last couple of weeks with one of her back claws. It's split, and it's split so far up that we ended up having to make the decision to have her sedated so they could cut it at the vets because it already got infected once, and I just didn't want to. It was obviously bothering her, and I wanted to like get it sorted. So that was a little bit stressful, but she's bounced back really quickly, which is great for her age because she's 10 this year. So she's getting an old girl, but that was a little bit stressful. So I think that like the weekend needed to rest. But today I'm kind of vibing like productive reset kind of Monday. Monday is one of my favourite days of the week. I love that kind of fresh new feel, and I've just been out on a really lovely walk with Sky. It's very cold and frosty, but a really nice winter's morning. We've had some lovely winter weather recently, really bright days, really frosty. It's when the Scottish Highlands looks at its best, in my opinion, anyway. But I'm just about to get ready for the day, which is something I like to do to get me motivated. I think it's really easy just to, particularly if you work from home and are self-employed, you know, I'm most of the time just sat on my laptop, so it can be easy just to kind of wear comfy clothes and not bother with like getting ready for the day, but I do find it really makes a difference for my mindset. So I've done my hair, and I've got this fleece on which is comfy but also makes me feel cute, and I'm going to put a little bit of makeup on. So I wanted to show you my kind of favourite products that I'm using at the moment and my kind of quick and easy makeup routine. And I'm delighted to say that this video is actually in partnership with Merit, which feels like a bit of a pinchy moment because I love Merit. I've been using their products for over a year now. I really love all their values. They're a minimalist beauty brand. All their makeup is vegan and cruelty free. They're just doing some wonderful things. So I thought I'd show you some of my favourite products. So the first step for me is to put on some of their moisturiser, especially as I've just been outside, because this helps make the makeup go on easier, and it also hydrates the skin, which is great because especially as I have like a drier skin type, it just helps make my skin feel like a really good nick. And I don't need much. I just put on like a little bit so I got like coverage all over, especially the places that I'm going to be putting makeup, and some concealer. I'm going to do my best to do a lot of this in the viewfinder, so you'll have to bear with me, but it's really nice and lightweight and it soaks into the skin really easily, but still gives that little bit of layer to help all the other like base products go on really smoothly. Next I'm going to go in with what they call their Minimalist, which is like a complexion stick, which you can use as a foundation or just as a concealer. That's what I tend to use. So it's got this kind of nub here. This is my newer one. I've got another one that's worn really far down, but this one is in shade Bone, which I think is their lightest shade. I'll put all the shades and product names on the screen so you can see. But with this, I essentially just go straight in and apply it to my face. I'm going to put in a bit more than I probably would normally, just so you can see how that looks on the skin. And I sometimes just use my finger to like get some off as well, particularly as this is a newer one. And I just put it into places that like have a bit of redness, or I feel like I want a little bit of concealing, basically. Put some more around my nose. I'm not particularly precious with this, to be honest. Pick it up as I go along, and then just use my fingers to blend this in, to be honest, because it's easier. And the great thing about Merit products is they are super easy to apply, which if you're anything like me, a little bit like of a makeup novice, then it's quite nice to have products that you can easily use and not feel intimidated by. And that's kind of a base done. You can see it just kind of clears up the skin a little bit and gets rid of any like extra redness. And then I will go in with a blush next. This is in the shade Lustiano. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's more of like a peachy shade, which I quite like on my skin. I think it looks quite nice on my skin. And their colours range is gorgeous with both their Flush Balms and their Signature Lips. I just love all of their colour palettes. And again, I just put this directly on my face, kind of
well, where you would put blusher on the cheeks, and then blend it in, up a little bit more, and it gives that kind of really warm, you know, that glow, and it's like a nice creamy consistency as well. I always end up doing it unevenly, doing more on one side than the other.
And the next step is their Day Glow. It's kind of like their highlighter, which I'd never really used before. This is quite a recent product for me, but it's really fun. So I just put on
A little bit like up here, because I watched a YouTube video on how to apply highlighter, and this is what they suggest. I'm not sure you're going to see this that well on camera, but it does give like a really subtle glow without any sparkles, which I quite like. Not that there's anything wrong with sparkles, but I quite like it that it's just like a little bit more minimal, I suppose. And next we're going to go in with their Clean Lash Mascara. I just love all their packaging. It just looks really, really fancy. Nice long wand as well. Probably going to have to do this in the mirror. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that if you find it. I'll get it everywhere. And come in so you can see that's giving me a little bit of lengthening, which is really nice. And the great thing about the mascara is it really doesn't smudge, which is great.
And then lastly, I'm going to use one of their signature lipsticks. Again, I love the packaging on this. It's very, very fancy. And I'm going to go in with the colour Ginger, because again, I feel like that just suits my skin tone, and I think it complements the colour of the Flush Balm that I've got really nicely. I feel like they go together nicely.
So yeah, a really fun colour, and I love their lipsticks because they feel really lightweight and comfortable to wear all day as well. So I'll come in and you can see the finished look. I just love it. I just love Merit products.
So if you'd like to check out Merit and any of these products, then you can use the link in my description to shop all of these products and get exclusive discounts. And every first order gets a free signature makeup bag just like this one, which I really love. It's in a gorgeous like orange colour, and it's got a really useful tie there, so you can keep all my makeup in here, and all orders over £50 will ship free. Thank you so much to Merit for partnering with me on this video. It's been a pleasure to work with you. And now I'm going to make myself a wee cuppa and get started with my workday. So I also wanted to share this area of my kitchen because I talked about wanting to make this into more of a tea and coffee station a couple of vlogs ago and make it a little bit more functional, and I have been tweaking it and I'm actually obsessed. It's only had to make like a few changes and I'm already loving it so much more. I mean, in terms of the shelf itself, still got some things here that we had before. So in here I've got my Alice in Wonderland book vase thing that I still need to get some dried flowers for, and I kept my teapot, and I think I added this on here and chose this print because this is like a bit more relevant for having tea. And I did end up keeping this because some of you guys made some good suggestions. I was thinking of getting rid of it because I don't really eat biscuits, but someone was like, well, why don't you use it to store your like Trek bars and things, like sort of granola bar or like oat cakes and things like that, which was a really good idea. It means it's actually functioning and it does look lovely on this shelf. So I do think I'm going to keep that now. My absolute pride and joy though was this. I found this on Vinted, which was an absolute steal. It's like a tin in the style of a diary of an Edwardian lady, is that how you call it? It's a book that I love. It's been in my family for years and it's stunning, and even the top, oops, upside down. It's really, really lovely there. And the extra fun thing about it is the fact that it's vintage, or at least it's old, because you can see with the best before date it said end December 1986. So this must have had something in it. I'm guessing tea originally. And I just think that adds such character to the shelf. It's really gorgeous, and you can spin it around so you can have whatever bit you want showing. And it was only £6 on Vinted, and I got it from a really lovely older lady, and yeah, I'm chuffed with that. And then I finally bought some more mug hooks to match the ones we've got along here for all my other mugs. So that looks a lot nicer on there now. And then I just put, so this peppermint tea
was originally in this drawer down here. So this has like just random bits and bobs in this drawer, but I used to have more stuff in here, but now it's just got like overflow tea essentially. And I drink peppermint tea more regularly, so that's why I've kept that out. And I've put, mostly my partner that drinks coffee at home, I put his coffee in a jar as well, and his spoon and cafetiere, and then I just use my other more decorative chopping board as kind of like a tray situation. And yeah, I just think it looks really, really cute, and it does show that you don't need to do much to home to really change it up. And you know, this was all very inexpensive and mostly just moved things around that I already owned. So yeah, I'm loving making my cup of tea over here now.
I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have some lunch. I've just been writing my Substack this morning, which is all about libraries. I'm writing like what I'm calling like a love letter to libraries, because I've been visiting libraries since I was a child, and something I've really found as an adult, and is a really important part of my like life in general, but also my reading life. And yeah, I really enjoy writing it, and I kind of want to like gently encourage people to use their libraries, because it would be so sad if they disappeared, and so many have closed now all across the UK. So yeah, it's something I'm enjoying writing, and I also want to visit my own library because I need to return some books later today, so I will take you along with me. Can you hear Sky clip clopping? You can't even see her. Can you jump up? Can you jump up? No, because you're an old lady. There she is. She's like, what are you saying? Who are you talking to? He's a good girl, and she's going to be extra excited because I'm making tofu for my lunch, which is her favourite. Isn't it, Poppet? Yes. So I'm just getting out a few bits and pieces. I marinated this tofu yesterday. No Sky at the fridge. What did you find, Cheeky Monkey? I think she found something on the floor. Yeah, I marinated this tofu yesterday, which is just a basic one. If you Google tofu marinade, there's loads of different varieties, but I tend to just do olive oil, apple cider vinegar, soy sauce, and then a little bit of maple syrup, and I think a teaspoon of garlic granules and half a teaspoon of ginger, which is a new addition I've done recently, which is nice. And a quick and easy meal I've been having recently is this actually works really well in the air fryer. I used to always fry it, but it actually works well in the air fryer, and it's kind of easier to cook in there. So I do it for like 10, maybe a bit more, maybe 10 to 15 minutes in the air fryer. And I also roast some broccoli at the same time. I can fit it all in, so I just like cut up some broccoli quite small and put that with some, which we're going to do now, some olive oil and salt and pepper. And then I think you can do any grain, but I think I'm just gonna have some basmati rice because I'm kind of craving it, and I think it goes really nicely with those two things. And that's really it. And I think I'll probably I hope I've got a lime. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got a lime. Have some lime juice over the top. It would be really nice with like sesame seeds and stuff as well, but I don't have that. But I'm trying to being mindful of my protein, because I think I've said this maybe in my last vlog, I am quite an active person, and I found that if I'm a bit more mindful of making sure I have protein with like most of my meals, I'm fuller for longer and I feel better for it. So I'm gonna get on with that now and have some lunch. What's this? There is Ducky. Yes, Ducky. Yes, Ducky. This may be really simple to some people, but I have to say, I very much enjoy it. It's very yummy.
So I'm just about to nip into the library, but thought I would share a book that I read recently and really enjoyed. I'm just about to return it. It's One by One by Ruth Ware, and this is the third Ruth Ware I think I've read. She mostly writes like thrillers or mystery thrillers, and this is probably right in the middle in terms of my like preferences and ones she's read. I read Turn of the Key, I think that's what it's called. Was it this year? I think it was this winter. I can't really remember, which is still my favourite. I really enjoyed that one, but this one was really good. It gave me kind of classic murder mystery Christie vibes almost, because it followed a group of people that get stuck in a luxury chalet in this skiing resort in the middle of winter. They get snowed in basically after an avalanche, and then inevitably people start dying one by one. And yeah, it's had that classic kind of Christie vibes in terms of a lot of the people were like really rich and like quite arrogant with it, and the setting felt very Christie. I don't know, there was something really nice about that. I think it was really well done, really well paced. The killer was revealed really well. I have to say I did guess the killer probably about halfway through, but I think that's more of a because I've read a lot of these books rather than it was sloppy writing or anything. And I would definitely say it is adjacent mystery thriller, because I think in like classic murder mysteries, once you know who the killer is, it ends, but there was quite a good chunk of book after that point, and it was definitely more thriller vibes right near the end. It definitely kept me like edge of my seat reading it. So yeah, a really good all-round book, really kind of like pacey thriller mystery if you are on the lookout for one of these. And I'm hoping I've got at least one book to pick up today, so that's exciting. I come to the library like once a week now and I love it.
Oh, feeling a bit sleepy now. I've just been on the sofa for the last hour or so doing some work. I've scheduled that Substack post and I've done a little bit of admin, responding to some of your guys' comments on my YouTube, which I always enjoy doing. So I'm pretty much done work for the day, I would say. I'm probably just going to chill now. I was going to read outside, but the sun seems to have gone in a little bit, so it might be a little bit too cold. I did that a bit over the weekend, even though it was cold, it was bright, so I like took my blanket and my cup of tea and read outside, but maybe read inside for a wee bit before getting on with dinner. I think I'm going to make I defrosted this. I can't for the life of me remember exactly what I put in this, but it was like a green sauce thing that you can put on pasta. I know it was definitely courgette and then onion and garlic. I think I fried all that up and then I put it in with some cashew cream, various other things. I loosely followed a recipe, so if I can find it I'll link it below. But yeah, I'm basically going to have this with some pasta and maybe add in some more greens like some peas and some, I think I've got some broad beans in the freezer. Just a really easy, really super easy meal. Maybe whiz up some vegan parmesan for that, but I think I'll probably end the vlog here because I'm feeling a little bit sleepy. I don't often vlog, I don't know if you've noticed, like whole days. I get quite tired by this point in the day. That's why I tend to do more like weekly vlogs, plus I often find they're a bit more interesting because I'm doing the variety of things. But I felt an urge to kind of do like a day, so you can see like an average kind of typical day in my life. And as I say, I love Mondays, so hopefully you found this enjoyable anyway. And remember, if you want to check out Merit, then all the information will be linked in my description, and I'll see you guys next time.